All supercar design stories must start with the Lamborghini Miura, a great innovator in car design. I did not live that story, but I have investigated it for many years at the request of people who wanted to know if the car was designed by Giugiaro or Gandini. My answer is very clear. Gandini designed the Miura. But, of course, being just arrived at Bertone, the very first month of the development, he was directed by Bertone to get inspiration from car design at Bertone, for Bertone by Giugiaro, on a chassis that was provided by the Lamborghini engineers and that was greatly inspired by the Ford GT40 that is at the base of the package of the design. But there was a third designer involved in the story, and this is, in my opinion, the reason why the Miura is such an outstanding piece of art, a piece of design works. And that third man was Nuccio Bertone. Although he could not draw himself, but he was very creative in mind, he knew the market, he knew how to handle people, he created great design, he gave them great opportunity. Scaglione, Giugiaro, Gandini, just to mention three in a row. Now, why did I come to this conclusion? If you put together different important design elements of car designed by Giugiaro shortly before the Miura, he designed the Fiat 850 Spider. A relation between the 50 Spider and the Miura, very simple, the headlamps. And the lamps that Gandini elaborated to make it more important, more visual, and it was a fantastic idea from Gandini, a fantastic touch. What showed to me very precisely that the car was inspired to some design works by Giugiaro is the door design with the pillar going up, very typical of the Miura. Well, Giugiaro did precisely that in a show car for Alfa Romeo, which never made through history because it was not as attractive or as balanced as other works. Other elements are to be seen here where you have the air intakes and so on. Nevertheless, the credit goes to Gandini because, of course, he was actually working on the car, checking the lines, the proportion, the details. A car is not just designed on a piece of paper, but it needs a lot of work in the model making and in the execution. And this is where the team, the Bertone team, comes into the picture. Again, Gandini designed the car, but Bertone, as a whole, created the Miura. In association with whom? With the engineers from Lamborghini, because that car could be designed as it was, a low-fat, power solid, on a chassis that was brand new, totally designed fresh, from famous and very talented designer that Ferruccio Lamborghini just employed for his new company. They are Paolo Dallara, still very successful engineers in car, all sorts of car developments, and Paolo Stanzani, which eventually will come back with Mr. Lamborghini. And this is another story not very much known, when Stanzani met again with Lamborghini and wanted to launch a new car venture that eventually became the Bugatti.